talking to Anwar al-Awlaki. Turns out the government blocks any investigations, knows what he's about to do, lets him do it. So I'm not denying there aren't some lunatic Muslim extremists, but do I give up all my liberty and all my freedom and have Homeland Security take over my society because some idiot, Laurel and Hardy, might blow something up and kill somebody? When cars kill almost 400,000 a year? When prescription drugs are killing hundreds of thousands a year? When lightning's killing hundreds and hundreds a year? When bee stings are killing over 100 a year? Do I crawl under my table because there might be a bumblebee flying around outside? Do I need TSA men in uniforms with special guns to kill bumblebees because somebody might get stung and die? I mean, think about it, folks. It's asinine. The media, even if you don't believe it's an inside job, they sit there and throw it in your face. Scary Muslim, scary turban, scary man with beard. He gets you. Meanwhile, the government just, oh, you're a foreigner, oh, you're a Muslim, come on in. So they can play us all off against each other. And it goes on and on and on. And in every single case, it turns out the government is building the bombs, training them, going out and finding them. And these people always have very low IQs. In many cases, they're borderline retarded. In the case of the 93 World Trade Center bomb, where they recruited them, created it, cooked the bomb, put the detonator in it. Their informant said, okay, let's bust them. And they said, the bombing goes forward. So Ahmad Salam recorded the FBI, and that's why he didn't go to prison. It's the same story over and over again. I can't tell you how many times I've had cops come up in plain clothes and go, you want to do something violent? We ought to blow something up, Alex. And I'm just like, come on, cop. I don't work for your narcotics trafficking government. Oh, that's another issue. I'm going to get into that later. The CBC was here Friday, and they said, man, the Austin police don't like you. This was a really professional, nice news guy with them, seasoned, older, middle-aged fella. And in fact, I got his card right over here. Really nice guy. But the point is that I said, well, what did the Austin police say about me? And I said, why were you talking to the Austin police? I'll just tell the story now and then get back into the stage bombings. And he goes, well, we've got to get a permit to shoot. And I said, even in my studio? And he said, yes. See, that's the new, not even law, it's just color of law that's being created where the big corporations order their employees and their contractors to go get a permit. And the city of Austin has a regulation to shoot anywhere in the city limits. You got to pay the city of Austin money, and the police kind of, we don't know if we'll issue this permit for you to be able to talk to Alex in Austin. I mean, folks, the freedom's all gone. They just know it'll be challenged in court, so the Austin police went, okay, we'll issue the permit for you to go to Alex's office and interview him. And then the corporation teamed up, MSNBC, Fox, they all do it, teamed up with these people. They go and get permits every time. So it's creating a precedent. So that's why I can be anywhere in the country. Up in Kansas City, Aaron and Jacobson were at a World War II memorial a half mile from the Federal Reserve at a city park, videotaping it, and a car pulls up with on-duty federal security guards with guns. And they said, you don't videotape our building. You don't have a permit. And they said, leave now. And they had their hands on their guns, the video's on the web, or you're going to jail. They went, try me. That's what America is. Just people in black uniforms walking up and saying, look, you don't have freedom. And the sticking the hands down the pants is meant to train us. But then I went further. I said, what'd they say? And the guy was like, this is after the interview. He goes, I don't want to get into it, but man, you got a scary job. And I was like, what? I mean, that's what America is a creepy Austin Police Department, a bunch of commissars who we don't know if we're going to give you a permit to interview Alex Jones. Oh, where's the free association? Where is any of it? And the guy said, no, our company makes us get it. And you ought to see New York. He went on. Sometimes they just deny it. Then we have to have someone leave the city to, interview him, basically. I mean, this is what we've turned into. This is what we are. It's pathetic. We've got to ask permission to the government. Government, can I get a permit to wipe my nose or tie my shoelaces? And the government, imagine the APD. You're going to interview Alex Jones? Oh, he's bad. I mean, in America, the police are between me and a TV station?
Hello. At OfTheField.com, we strive to empower you with wild food preparedness. We get lots of amazing positive feedback, most of which we feature on ofthefield.com. Here's a small sample of all that people like you have to say about the wild food experience.
I have about 15 wild food guides on my bookshelf, which left me wondering if I even needed another book. Boy, was I wrong. My knowledge exploded to an entire universe of wild foods.
In olden days, it was the norm to know which plants are edible and which are not.
Dear Linda, just wanted to let you know I received your book today. Wow.
I watched the DVD last night. I was awestruck. What wonderful work you have done. This information can bless many people. Thank you again.
Thanks again.
Your book has given me the most hope and inspiration. Thank you.
Folks, thanks for letting us help you get back to basics. Read all of the testimonials at ofthefield.com. You can order online for you and your loved ones or call 1-888-51-EAT-FREE to share in the secret.
As many people know, ever since President Nixon took us off the gold standard, the U.S. dollar has been devaluating. What people don't know, however, is how this directly affects your personal finances. Is there a way to protect your portfolios from losing value? The answer to all of this is gold and silver. They both have maintained their purchasing power for 6,000 years. If you had $100,000 in cash and $100,000 in gold and silver back in 1913 and kept them until now, your cash would have the buying power of only $4,800. But your gold and silver would have the buying power of $3 million. The answer to protecting your assets is simple. Call John Ballman today at 1-800-686-2237, extension 169. Get all your questions answered before your money is worth zero. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 169. Take action today while we still accept paper dollars for gold. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 169.
The question is, where should the American people draw their line in the sand?
What have we got? A republic or a monarchy?
A republic is based on a constitution which protects minority rights.
Not democracy, not mob rule, two wolves and a sheep voting on what's for dinner.
So they think they own our land, they think they own our water, children, our education, our money.
So we have to define who we are and what we will tolerate.
Somebody's going to ask you what you did during the Patriot Uprising.
You have been warned.
We have the facts. We have the Constitution. We have the Bill of Rights. We have common law. Knowledge is power, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm so excited to be able to offer you Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the Republic. Tyranny is upon us, but liberty and the sleeping giant that is the American people is rising. A new tool in the info war. Don't Tread on Me. Order it at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139 and support independent, patriotic Liberty films.
Forget everything you've been told about long-term food storage. When all hell breaks loose, you'll need the single most effective way to get high-powered Delta Force nutrients to your family fast. Like any Special Forces commando, you need a plan. You need a Black Hawk Down food plan. Introducing the Survival Sprout Bank from Solutions from Science. It's your countertop survival garden. Yes, grow fresh greens right on your countertop in just a few short days. Sprouts are the green shoots that emerge from newly germinated seeds, and they are powerhouses of living, easily absorbed nutrients. The Survival Sprout Bank is a complete kit with nothing else to buy. And with sprouts so easy to grow, even children can grow emergency food. Call 877-327-0365 or go to survivalsproutbank.com. That's 877-327-0365 or order online at survivalsproutbank.com. Survival Sprout Bank, your Black Hawk Down emergency food plan.
It's so creepy.
I hurt myself
to know that police all over the U.S. are arresting people who videotape them in public, but the government's got face scanning cameras, license plate reading cameras, CIA in every major city, completely illegal, tracking everyone's credit card purchases in real time and admitting it. And that Threat Fusion Center FEMA camp special Ventura did. He interviewed the head of the Colorado Fusion Center, one of the most important in the country, and he admitted they track everything in real time. It's totally illegal. But then we go to the police department. Are we allowed CBC to come and talk to Alex? Yes. Here's your $50 for your permit. I mean, and I watch these libertarian groups in Austin go get permits for demonstrations. I don't. And the cops show up, so you got to have a permit. And I go, only if I'm blocking a road. See, that's how this started over 100 years ago. They would want to have parades to shut down major roads. Of course you got to get a permit for that. The cops got to come out, and they've got to run security on it and block the highway. But see, they take something like that and expand it out to everything. But, you know, I know there are a lot of nice Austin cops where I live. I've run into them. I've talked to them. A lot of them are listeners. But, man, it's so creepy to know that the police are so bold that whoever's in that permitting department would talk trash about yours truly to an international media outlet that's producing the show, not just for Canadian TV, but British and U.S. television. I mean, the reporter was shocked by and wouldn't tell me everything they said. Man, how creepy. How creepy. This country is in a lot of trouble. Hey, cops, you think your bank account's safe? You think your kid's future's safe? You think the economy's safe? When you're allowed to act and behave like that, you've been given all this illegitimate power because we got crooks running this country. Grow up. Man, I just can't believe it. Cops, I want you to have all your liberty and freedom. I want this to be a free country. But you're on power trips, and you know it. So I'm not afraid of whatever you do to me. I just want that to be on record. It's the sins you're going to commit. It's on you. It's on you, but that is creepy. And you don't care. A lot of you are just worldly fools who don't understand, and you will understand, though. Let me get back into this. Swedish military had prior knowledge of suicide blast. Before I get into this, let's play Geraldo Rivera, who's now come out and said he's looking at 9/11 being an inside job. Judge Andrew Napolitano's come out and said that there's no way the official story is true. Man, I tell you, this is courage. And on Fox News, of all places. And George Soros's Media Matters got real angry. And but here's Geraldo Rivera pointing out the truth to Bill Dum Dum O'Reilly. Here it is.
All right, real quick, we only have 90 seconds. Another Muslim guy arrested in Maryland by the FBI in a sting operation. Apparently this guy wanted to blow up a military recruiting center.
Bogus. Absolutely.
All right, just tell us what happened. Who was
Antonio
arrested?
Martinez, a 21-year-old, converts to Muslim. He's writing on his Facebook page, I hate people who hate Islam. I hate people who don't believe in the Prophet. I'm really, really pissed off at what's going on in Iraq and Afghanistan. So what happens? Some informers tip off the FBI that this guy is writing this crap in his Facebook. They send in, undercover people posing as radicals, and they seduce this kid.
And you were there. You heard the seduction.
Same way they seduce the people from Newburgh, New York. Same way they seduce the people.
But wait a minute. How can you say that? You weren't there. You don't know.
They seduced him in the same way they did that young man in Oregon.
You're ignoring me.
But the problem is, Bill,
you don't know.
These FBI agents with not much to do use their ample resources.
I'm surprised at you.
No, these entrapment cases are fake.
Let it go
They're not real crimes. This person took no overt act to commit a crime until he met the FBI informant who set him up. This is a gullible youngster. If we use our resources, our valuable resources to get these
We got your point. Let me rebut, and I got to go. It depends on the pathway to the proposed violence.
All right, that's enough. The issue is, remember in 2006, they said an army of black Muslims was going to attack and, quote, make war against the U.S. and overthrow and attack the Capitol, the Pentagon, the White House. Turned out it was literally mentally retarded or close to mentally retarded, some of them. 21 down to 14 black Rastafarian-type Christians. And the feds told them, gave them hundreds of thousands of dollars, bought them a warehouse, rented a warehouse, gave them uniforms, told them I'll give you 10,000 more this week, 40,000 more next week, if you'll go videotape the Miami Federal Building. I mean, it's just made up. And that's probably what happened in Stockholm. We're going to cover it when we come back and then get into the other news. I'm going to open the phones up right now, 800-259-9231 on any of these issues I've mentioned or anything you want to talk about, 800-259-9231. First-time callers. I want to hear from first-time callers, at least during this hour. We'll be right back. Charlotte Iserbyt coming up live, and Robert Groden, top JFK expert.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. this is the place to get you started.